Well, hello and welcome to volume 117 of My Prostate is Trying to Kill Me. I'm Mark Graves, just a regular guy fighting prostate cancer, and I'm glad to have you along for the ride. It's Thursday afternoon. I already did a Thursday morning video this morning, and so I've got a little more of a grip on the situation right now. Can't tell you how much I appreciate all of the phone calls today, the emails, the text messages, the messages on Messenger on Facebook. You guys rock, and the comments on YouTube as well. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna hang in there over the weekend. I'll talk to my oncologist on Monday, and we'll find out what the prognosis is. Where do we go from here? Could be maybe I'm still within a range where we don't have to do anything. Might go another 3 months, get another test. I don't know. Last time we discussed it, my oncologist and myself, the next step was going to be chemotherapy. So I don't know if this means we're going to automatically go to chemotherapy. That's the first thing that ran to my head. But yeah, what's freaking me out a little bit is just thinking, did it move? Has it gone anywhere else? So I don't know if we're going to do another bone scan or MRI, any of that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's not the reason I'm making this video. I did want to say thank you, though, for everybody that's been there today and supported me. I appreciate you all, love you all, and thank you so much. God bless you all. The one thing I did want to talk about was it's the beginning of the year, so everybody's insurance is going to zero out and start over again. So your copay will start at zero. You'll be responsible for all of that. Your out-of-pocket, you'll be responsible for all of that. And for you other prostate cancer warriors, you know that this is not a cheap disease. Costs a lot of money. So anywhere you can get some help is a good thing. And this is aimed pretty much at people who are on Xtandi. So if you're not taking Xtandi, this may not help you, but you might be able to pass this along to somebody that you know that is using it. I'm on 2 hormone therapies. One is an injection, that's Lupron, and I get that every 3 months. The other one is an oral medication that I take, and that's the Xtandi, Xtandi. So if I can figure out how to put this on. Okay, so here's the website. This is Xtandi.com, and I just recently found out about this. Gosh, how do I tell the story without making myself sound like a real idiot? My text came through beginning of the year, and it said, okay, you need to refill your Xtandi, because I have to do it every month. I get a month's supply at a time, 30 days. And this is some pretty heavy duty stuff, so they do keep track of it. And it's actually done through, mine is CVS Specialties as opposed to CVS Caremark, which is all my other prescriptions go through. But this stuff, since it's so expensive, they have to, really regulate it and control it and that kind of stuff. So in January, and I wasn't even thinking about that everything was going to zero out. So January came along. I got the text like I always do, and it says, hey, it's time to reorder your Xtandi. So I did, and went through everything like you normally do, got to the payment part, just clicked on, pay it. And then I was doing something later in the day, and I got online with CVS Specialties, and I was looking at it, and my bill was $1,600 and some odd dollars. And I thought, what the? And then I realized it just clicked like a light bulb. Oh man, everything is resetting and starting over. So I thought, you know what? I'll just give them credit cards. I had it set on my debit card. And I thought, just with the way things in the world right now, I'd like to, keep as much of my cash around as I can. So that was on Saturday that I did that. So I called crack of dawn Monday morning, and I talked to a few different people and said, I'd like to have you cancel that on my debit card, put it on my credit card if you would. And they're like, yeah, sure, we can do that. And while the girl was talking to me, sorry, fatigue is getting to me today. I said, do you have a copay card? And I said, probably not, because I don't know what that is. And she said, well, Xtandi helps their patients pay for their medication. And boy, did my ears perk up. So she said, if you go to their website, which is what you're looking at right now, if you go to the website, you can enter the information in there and find that card. So here you go right here, where it says resources that can help you pay for Xtandi. And so you click on this, and then it's going to take you to the next page. and they have a phone number you can call if you need to get help or whatever. But you can also enroll now. So you click on here where it says enroll now, and then it's going to have all of the information that you need to put in there. So it'll say, are you a patient, or your healthcare provider, you're a patient. So you're going to go ahead and put that in there, and then you enroll in it. And I have a sneeze coming on. I really apologize. And sorry about that. So anyways, once you do all of this, which is what I did, I put all the information in there, and it took, I don't know, less than a half an hour, and I got an email back, and they said, great. They said, here's, oh, this video sucks. I'm sorry. They said, here's your information to give to CVS Specialties, and it has your account number and stuff on there. And then it says, if that doesn't cover everything, here's your debit card from Xtandi. So basically, I'd be getting it for $0. It's like, this is awesome. So I called CVS back, and let me see if I can take this out. I called CVS back and talked to the lady, and I said, hey, I've got this copay card now. And this was within hours of making the payment on it. And so she took down all the information, put everything in there, and she goes, okay, great, you're fine. So, you know what? I didn't open the page, but I probably shouldn't show it to you anyways. It's all my personal information on it. But at CVS Specialties, it shows the progression of your bills and when they get paid and all that kind of stuff. So it shows the Xtandi down there as being filled to me, and the amount is over $11,000. So that this medication is over 11 grand a month. And I like living, but man, that's a lot of money. And I have good insurance. So normally after, everything has been met, my portion is $23.33, which is what I paid the majority of last year. I started Xtandi in February, and then by February, my copay is already met. So I didn't have to pay that part 16,000 or 1,600 last time. So now I gave them the information, and they said, okay, that'll cover the 1,600 and whatever, and your portion will probably just be the $23 or whatever. I said, okay, great. So I was there thinking everything was hunky dory, and telling my friends, oh, it's great, man, I got paid for, and I didn't have to. I'll still have to pay copay to get over that, but that didn't quite work out the way I thought. I got on the website for something else, and it still showed my balance being $1,600. So I called CVS Caremark, and they said, well, you're going to have to call Xtandi. So I called Xtandi, and they said, well, it's another company. McKesson is the other company that actually does the copay card. So I called McKesson, and they said, well, they didn't fill it out right, or the dates don't match or whatever. So they said, call CVS back. So long story short, this like over 3 hours on the phone dealing with this. And finally what it was is CVS said, well, what Xtandi wants us to do, or McKesson wants us to do, we can't do. They want us to change the date of the service that was provided, and we can't do that. So evidently, even though all of the payment and everything was all made on the same day, CVS considered the service being rendered as that Saturday, since I filled out the information for my prescription on that Saturday. And it still hadn't been paid for, either by my debit card or my credit card, but they wouldn't change the date. So now I'm back to, I do have to pay the $1,600 and some odd dollars for the Xtandi, but I also have the information for the card. So I guess for the rest of the year, I won't be paying anything for it. I'll just have to give them the information. So long story short, if you're on Xtandi and you haven't refilled for January, which doesn't leave you much time, or maybe you take it in the middle of the month or whatever, so the middle of February, get on that site, Xtandi.com, and get yourself that card. And then even if it's too late for this year, like it is for me, it lasts, I want to say this card lasts for 2 years. I'm not positive, but I think it lasts for 2 years, but you can re-up again too. So once you get to a certain point and the information expires, you can go back to Xtandi and it comes on again. So, you know, 11,000 is the cost of the medication, and my insurance pays everything but 1,600 of it. So I'm pretty doggone good, but still 1,600, I'd rather not have to pay that for medication. And it all, you know, it really, in the long run, doesn't make any difference because I would have to pay my deductible up to 1,400. So now in this one shot, my deductible's paid for. So, you know, in the first 20 days of January, I've taken care of my deductible. Now I'll start working on my out-of-pocket, and I think my out-of-pocket is $7,000. So, you know, I've already got, so there's 1,600 of my $7,000 already taken, plus my other medications I think ran, I don't know, maybe 140 bucks or something for maybe, well, some of them are a month, some of them are 2 months. But yeah, not a cheap disease for you. You guys know, how expensive this can get. And then plus two, it's just wonky how they bill for your doctor's visits. Like I just got, this is January, and I just got a thing in the mail from my oncologist, and it says that I never got paid, or they never got paid for visits back in June. Was it June? Yeah, back in June of last year for having my tube changed out, which I do every 30 days. And I just don't understand how that happens. I go every 30 days and I have my tube changed out. I pay my my portion of it while I'm there. And then if there's anything left over, they send me a bill. And I went back, keep all my records. I went through all my records, and I didn't have a bill for that visit in June. I also didn't have a payment for that one in June. So I don't know if they lost it or what happened, but at any rate, so there was another bill from them that popped in that was, I don't know, 270 something bucks or whatever. Yeah, so, in the grand scheme of things, does it save you a lot of money every month? Does it save you something? Yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, pass that along. So if you know anybody else that takes Xtandi, let them know about the card, and hopefully it can help them save some money. So just silver lining. But all right, listen, I'm going to run. Got some stuff left to do here on the computer, but thank you so much for following my journey. If you'd like to continue along, feel free to hit the subscription button below. Give me a likes up, a finger up. I've had a finger up. That's kind of what started this whole thing. But give me a thumbs up, and put comments or questions below. Thank you very much for the prayers, the good thoughts, the aloha, the shaka. And I'm sorry, it's just been a real emotional day, so I'm tired today. I'm going to have an early bedtime tonight. Plus, we got rain coming. And I know for you people who aren't on the West Coast, this isn't weather. For us, this is going to be a big storm, like 3 inches of rain. I'm sure, the Cajon Pass will be closed. The Grapevine's going to be closed. We got a lot of snow coming in right around the 5,000 foot elevation. So, no, I'm sorry. Here I go. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Have a great evening. Tomorrow is Friday, and that is the Prostate Cancer Warriors virtual lunch. I have the invitations up on the page on Facebook, also on here. I'll go ahead and put the my address on here, surfcitylocal@gmail.com, and I'll be taking requests for invitations probably up until 11:30 tomorrow, because the lunch is going to be at noon as a Zoom call, and you'll need the invitation to be able to have the link in it to get there. So hope to see a bunch of you there. Have yourselves a great evening, and I love you all.